Hey everybody, welcome back to 1 Minute Walking Tours. We're here in Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem, New York. You can see we're way up here. I don't know how high. You can hear people are having a good time. It's a beautiful Sunday. You can see the tops of the buildings and everything. This is one of the highest points in Manhattan. And as I've said before, one of the downsides of being a historian or, a person on the internet that's trying to give tours of historic New York is very often things are gone. Not today. Here on Mount Morris Hill is the only fire tower for the city of New York that is still standing. Built in the late 1800s as part of the plan to keep New York City from burning to cinders. Now, it's very high up here, as I said. Can't really tell. There's trees up around here. But even just standing up here, you could see all of Manhattan, especially when it was way down there. There's a bell in it, and the bell weighs 5,000 pounds and could be heard for miles when someone would stand up there, oops, I don't have you in the shot there, and watch for fires like you do now in the American West, you do in Canada, places for forest fires. But this was someone standing to make sure that people knew that there was a fire somewhere in New York City and things could be dispatched to put it out. One of the problems with fires in New York City was there was really no infrastructure to get to them. The architecture, the buildings weren't built out of inflammable materials. I always get that word wrong. Materials that don't burn. Inflammable, any rate. So what the city does, in cooperation with the state, is actually build Croton Reservoir, and the reservoir that is now the public library system. The idea is to get water flowing to put out the fires in the city. New York's had a number of catastrophic fires, one in 1840 and one that the British started in 1776 to burn all of New York City down. But what's left of it is actually right here. So someone would sit up there and there was their job to make sure that New York City didn't burn to the ground. Or if it did, at least someone had been alerted to it. They'd ring this gigantic bell and whatever happened, happened. Fire brigade came out. Now this has been refurbished because it was designated a landmark in 1961 or 81. I don't know, it was covered over on the plaque. Give me some slack. And many thought that they were taking it down, but they're actually refurbishing it because it was originally built of wood, because that's what you want your fire tower built out of, wood. But at any rate, it's nice that it's still here, and there was a series of these of 11 that went from one end of Manhattan, obviously, to the other end of Manhattan, and they could see down into the busy street, the streets below. So again, Marcus Garvey Park here in Harlem. Hope you can hear everyone's having a good time. The drummer's out there behind me. I love living in a city. Anyway, we'll see you soon here on 1 Minute Walking Tour.